everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Cory's Book Club. Yay, I'm back, and I'm actually back with a new author. So this is their first book that they published. So I decided to give it a go and see how it was, and it's a romance. So, and you know, I've been getting more into romance lately if you watched my previous book reviews, but this one is called Cloaked Hearts by Anastasia. You can get it on Amazon, or I believe Barnes & Noble sells it as well. I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get into it. Okay, so first impressions of the book is that it's actually a decent length. So I want to say, how many pages is it? It's 274 pages, and I really like that it's an easy read. So when I say easy read, here's what I mean. I read to escape and enjoy the book and, you know, be transported into that world. And sometimes if a book is hard to read, as I describe it, it means I'm not easily transported into that world. I have to do like a lot of thinking. I have to look things up, things like that. Like if it's like super into history, books like that I would consider hard reads. I don't know. It's just how I describe them. So anyways, this is an easy read, which means I can be easily transported into the story itself. So the story follows Lorelai, a makeup artist at an entertainment company in LA, and her friend Ainsley, who's a wardrobe stylist person at the same company, and they're basically best friends, almost sisters. And Lorelai doesn't really have a family, to preface it a little bit. So her family, actually both her mom and dad passed away, and so she's kind of on her own with her and Ainsley. So her and Ainsley, they're like sisters, and then their manager Eric is kind of like a, you know, a brother or father figure to her in a way, just because they're so close, and it's pretty much all she has right now. So it follows Lorelai and Ainsley, mostly Lorelai, and they get thrown onto this job of a K-pop group. Basically, the passports fell through for this K-pop group's like backstage, like hair makeup people, and so they couldn't actually come to the States. So this entertainment company puts Lorelai and Ainsley on the job, and you know, they're thinking, okay, this is gonna be fun. We've never done this before, and it is super fun, except pretty much almost at first sight, Lorelai meets Zhang, who is just a hottie. He catches her attention, she catches his attention. It's kind of like they're both notice each other at first, but this is business, you know. They can't be anything. It's just strictly business with them. They start working together and they're getting to know one another, and the other band members, such as Juan and their manager and things like that. So they're all getting along. Turns out it's a great hit. Their company and the K-pop group Infinite is something that they just clash really well together. So they mesh really well together. So essentially, they end up working together in the long run. They want to tour with them across the states and eventually internationally. This whole time, Zhang and Lorelai, they can't take their eyes off each other. It's something like a fairy tale, essentially. You can tell, like, fate just wants to bring them together. So they always run into each other. They're always like, you know, happen to be sitting next to each other, and it just kind of like fate brings them together in a way. But they know they can't be together, so they decide they want to be together in secret. And this is because Zhang says, you know, it's in our contracts that we can't have a relationship, and you know, it's just going to make the fans really upset. We're going to lose half our fan base if I'm in a relationship. So Lorelai agrees. She really wants to be with him, and they end up doing this whole thing in secret until obviously Ainsley finds out and other people find out in the end. But so basically the storyline follows Zhang and Lorelai and their love for each other, and despite all odds, they do want to be together, even if it is hard to see each other because of the fans. They can't be caught together, especially now that they're like working together. And it's just, they have to be careful, and it's what does love mean to Zhang and Lorelai. So it follows their relationship. My overall thoughts on this book are, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a cute story, especially this is a newly published author, first book they've ever published. So it was really cute, really well done. The storyline, there's no like cracks. You're not sitting there wondering, okay, but I thought this happened, but now this happened. They're not changing the storyline on you. So it's very well thought out. And that's something else I really enjoyed, is that it was easy to follow. There's not, it transported you into their lives. My favorite character in the book, man, I almost want to say Ainsley, who's her best friend. I think that might be my favorite character, just because she is always there for Lorelai, and I love that for her, and I know my friends are like that too, so I could really relate to Ainsley being ready to do anything, say anything, whatever, to help Lorelai and Zhang be together, and I thought that was really cute. This, like other romances, has a nice, good ending, and I enjoyed that as well. It did have some surprises, I will say. I don't really want to spoil too much, because I don't want to just give the whole book away. I want you guys to read it, but it was a little messy for a couple pages, couple chapters, but in the end, everything worked out as per a romance novel. So I would keep that in mind, is it's not bland. There's definitely some stuff that happens in the end that I was like, okay, like what's going on? Lorelai is this sweet girl next door kind of person. She doesn't really get involved in drama, and so it was nice to see her get involved in drama in a sort of way with Zhang and like their forbidden love. Zhang is, I don't know if a guy exists like Zhang out there. That's amazing, because he is the sweetest guy. He's like the guy that would always open your car door for you, I guess. Even if like you've been married for 10 years, he'd still open the car door for you. That's what he resembles to me, and so I really enjoyed his character. He was just, you could tell he was raised right, and he really cares about Lorelai, which is really nice to read. Some romances, there's some questionable tropes in there. Like one romance I read, he was rude to her in the beginning because he liked her. You know how it is. Anyways, I thought it was nice to read about the K-pop world. I am not a huge fan per se, but it really kind of opened my eyes a little bit. I don't know how accurate it is. I know the author tried to get it as accurate as possible, but I mean, obviously it's not a true story, so I don't know how accurate it is, but I thought overall it was really interesting to read about like the rules they had, and you know, the rehearsals they had to do, and how they all basically were together all the time. I think that would really annoy me if I was with somebody all the time like that. Like I would be so tired of them. So props to K-pop groups. Another thing I would say is character development. I thought the side characters grew pretty well, like Ainsley, and there was another guy in the band that I can't think of his name. I want to say his name was Juan. I thought they progressed really nicely, and I almost thought there was like a little love connection going on with them. Let me know if you guys read it and if you agree. Who knows? Maybe she writes another book. Maybe there will be. I don't know. I kind of saw that though. I don't think Zhang really developed at all. He definitely learned his lesson in the end, but I feel like it didn't necessarily change him. But then again, he was always about Lorelai, so I think it didn't really matter. I would say the strengths for this book are definitely the characters. Like I said, I can't rave about the side characters enough. I thought they were really well thought out. Another strength that I had was the storyline itself. It flowed really nicely, and I did enjoy it. Overall, I think I'm going to give this book a 4 out of 5. 5, just it has to be the best book I've ever read, aka Looking for Alaska. So not much can get a 5 out of 5 rating. 4 out of 5 is a perfectly good rating. It doesn't mean I hated it. It doesn't mean anything bad. It just means it was really good. I will recommend it and I'd read it again. So I think 4 out of 5 is a solid choice for this one. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of a new author. If you want me to read more books that are, you know, newer, let me know in the comments below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll catch you next one. Bye.